welcome back to my channel. Today we will be studying profit and loss. Before that, today is day 3 of our CAT preparation journey, and in day 2, that is in the previous class, I actually gave you one homework, and the answer for that was 6,600 for those who have solved. I hope you got this answer. And apart from that, for profit and loss, we will study today concept and few basic questions, and we will follow this for every topic from now on. In percentages also we did this, and for profit and loss also we will do the same. Before starting profit and loss, I want to brush up few concepts of percentages, because percentages should be very clear. If you don't know percentages, solving for profit and loss would be very challenging for you. So let's say I want to find 35% of any particular value, or let's say 35% of 350 for example. So how I will do it? I'll do it 350 into 35 by 100. This would be my basic formula. That is value into percentage by 100. That is, I'll write it here again, value into percentage by 100 will give me my answer. Okay, I'm just revising, so I'm not diving deep into this. So I hope you go back and watch day 1 and day 2. For day 1 and day 2 videos, the link will be in the description box below. So first is that, and then second we did was buy and to concept. That is reduced by, let's say if something is said reduced by 30%, then we have to calculate the 70% of the value. If something is said reduced to 30%, then we have to calculate 30% of the value. Then the third most important thing is the successive percentages. That also we did. The formula for successive percentages: a plus b plus a into b by 100 whole would be your percentage. So let's say for example you have the values like 10% and then 14%. So it will be 10 plus 14 plus 10 into 14 by 100, which would be nothing but 24 plus 1.4, which is nothing but 25.4%. Okay, I hope this much is clear. Now let's dive deep into profit and loss percentages. Now I hope this much is clear. Let's now dive deep into profit and loss. Yeah, so for profit and loss, first thing you need to understand like where we usually encounter this profit and loss problem. So whenever you buy something or whenever you sell something, okay, whenever you buy or sell something, so this problem usually happens. Then most of the questions will include shopkeepers. Okay, so this is that is the time when you will encounter this. So let's dive into the first basic concepts. So first is cost price. Okay, so what is cost price? Cost price of a product for a person is the price at which they buy it. Okay, let's say I bought mangoes for rupees 10. Okay, so now 10 price would be cost price for me. Now if I say I sold that mango for 15 rupees, okay, now 15 price is the selling price for me. That's what selling price is. The price at which person sells the product is called selling price. Okay, so I bought mango at 10 rupees, that is my cost price, and I sold mangoes at 15 rupees, that is nothing but my selling price. Now what is profit? Let's say selling price minus cost price is my profit. That is here if I consider the example of mango. So 15 minus 10, that is 5 rupees, is my profit. 5 rupees is something that I gained. Okay, now let's suppose instead of this scenario, I bought mango at 15 rupees, but I sold them at 10 rupees. That is, my cost price will become 15 and my selling price will become 10. So here in this value, when cost price is greater than selling price, then we encounter what? Loss. So here my loss will be what? 5 rupees loss. Okay, I hope this much is clear. Let's take one simple example. Let's say you bought a bag of Louis Vuitton at rupees 1 lakh. Okay, your friend liked it and you sold that to her at rupees 1,50,000. Okay, now here what is my profit? My profit would be nothing but 1,50,000. Sorry, I added 1 0 extra. 1,50,000 minus 1 lakh equals to 50,000. Here 1 lakh is our cost price and 1,50,000 is our selling price. So going forward, you need to be very focused, or you need to be clear so much with your concepts that as soon as you read the question, you are supposed to very clearly identify cost price, what is profit, what is selling price, what is loss, and what you are asked to find. Okay, now if you understand this much in the question, the question is nothing but a cake work for you. Okay, now let's dive deep into the another concept, that is percentage profit and loss. So percentage profit, here I forgot E, percentage profit is always calculated with respect to cost price. Okay, so that means cost price will always be in denominator, whether it is loss or whether it is profit, does not matter. Cost price will always be in denominator. Okay, so to calculate profit percentage, we need to first find profit. Okay, for example, let's go back with our mango example. Selling price was 15, cost price was 10, our profit was 5. Now selling price minus cost price we took here. You can directly put in the formula, or you can calculate the profit like this, which I did. This is nothing but the same thing we just learned. So 5 by, now here our cost price was 10 rupees, so divide by 10 into 100. 0 0 will get cancelled, that is 50% is our profit. I hope this much is clear. Now taking this same thing for the loss percentage as well, so it gives you a better understanding. Let's say cost price is nothing but now 15 and our selling price is 10. So our here loss is how much? 5. You directly put it in the formula, or you calculate loss like this, which I am doing. Then 5 by, now here our cost price is 15. Do not take it as 10. Okay, here our cost price is 15. In loss also we take cost price in denominator, and profit also we take cost price in denominator. So 5 by 15 into 100, that is 1 by 3, that is nothing but 33.33% loss. I hope this much is clear. Right, now let's move on or build on this concept a little bit, that is profit percentage or your percentage loss. Okay, so let's build on this concept a little bit. Whenever you are asked to find selling price is nothing but 1 plus profit percentage whole into cost price. I'll explain this better with a question. So find selling price if seller earns 20% profit on an item worth rupees 150. So here if you identify, first thing is identify. So here if you identify, you are given cost price 150, selling price you need to find, and you are given profit, which is nothing but 20%. Okay, Once this much part you are able to find, now let's dive into the question. Let's put it in the formula. Selling price equals to 1 plus 20 by 100 into 150. This is our formula. Again, selling price equals to 100 plus 20, 120 by 100 into 150. Zeros will be get cancelled and we will get selling price as 180 rupees. I hope this is clear. Now, if you know percentages, this is a very basic thing, but still, if you know percentages and if you watched percentage thing, then you will very easily understand the formula and very easily understand what we did here. If something is increased, we usually write it in this manner and then we multiply it. Now, similarly for loss also, selling price equals to 1 minus loss percentage of cost price. In previously when there was profit, we were doing 1 plus because the value is increasing. Here we do 1 minus because the value is nothing but decreasing. Selling price here in this case is always lesser than the cost price. So find the selling price if seller earns a loss of 20% on the item worth rupees 150. Now here the seller is earning what? Loss. So selling price would be equal to 1 minus 20 by 100 into 150. 100 minus 20, which will be nothing but 80 by 100 into 150. Okay, now zeros will get cancelled and you will get 120 as your answer. Alright, I hope I'm clear with this much. Okay, now let's move on to the same type of concept but for cost price. So cost price equals to 1 minus profit percentage into selling price. So when we are finding selling price, we always plus the profit, but whenever we are finding cost price, we always minus the profit, because selling price is usually considered higher than the cost price. Okay, when there is a profit, that's why we subtract it to get the cost price. Cost price when profit is always lesser than the selling price. I hope this is clear. Now find the cost price of a product if a seller earned the profit of 20% and sold it for rupees 150. So this is our selling price, this is our profit. We need to find the cost price. So cost price equals to 1 minus 20 by 100 into 150. Okay, here we will get again 80 by 100 into 150, which is nothing but 120. I hope this much is clear. Okay, now our last is cost price equals to 1 plus loss percentage into SP. Okay, now for this I am not explaining because the process is the same, the concept is the same. Go back and take one hypothetical value and solve it by yourself. So it gives you a better understanding into the concept, and I hope you all are noting down all the values or all the formulas which I am telling you. Okay, let's move forward. Now our next concept is common gain or loss concept. Okay, now first understand this concept, that's why I have written this. This is very important. You all must note it down, and in previous years also the questions have come from this in the CAT. So when the seller sells two items for the same price, let's say our price is nothing but 200, okay, but one makes profit and the other loses money. So another makes loss, one makes profit, other makes loss. Okay, and the percentage of profit and loss, are nothing but same. That is, let's say 10% profit, 10% loss. Okay, now then there is always a loss in this situation. Okay, now let me explain this. If I subtract 100, okay, minus 10%, what I'll get 90 rupees. Okay, if okay I do let's say 81 plus 10%, okay, I will add it 8.1, which is ultimately which will also result into 90 something. It will be 89.1, but I'm considering round off as 90. So in both of the situation we are getting same value, okay, but when we consider loss, we subtracted nothing but full 10 rupees. Here we added only how much, 8.1 rupees. So here in this case we are having a net loss. Okay, let's understand this with a formula. So for this we have a formula that loss percentage is always equal to common gain or loss divided by 10 whole square. Let's understand this better with the help of an example. A man sells 2 wristwatches. He makes 9% on one and loses 9% on the other. Now here our common gain and loss is nothing but 9 on the other, but the price he gets is rupees 350. Okay, fine. Now like previously we considered here 90, here we are considering at 350. Find first percentage profit and loss and then the net amount of profit or loss. Okay, so let's solve for first. That would be loss percentage equal to how much? We will consider 9 by 10 whole square. That would be 81 by 100. That is nothing but 0.81%. Okay, I hope this much is clear. Here it is also asked percentage, we also found percentage, and this will be loss because whenever the values are same there is always a loss. Now let's go back to the second question. The net amount of profit or loss. Now we know that there is a loss, so what we will do is basically we will calculate the value of 100 minus 0.81 by 100 into the cost price, which was nothing but 350. Okay, here we will get it as, when we subtract this we will get something like 99.2 by 100 into 350. Okay, which you will eventually get something around 343 point something. This is something which you will solve. I only took this example to explain you the concept, and I hope the concept is clear. Now let's move on to the concept of break even point. So what is break even point? First understand that the break even point is defined as the volume, okay, volume of scale at which there is no profit or no loss. Let's say the cost price of you bought 5 goods. Okay, let's say you bought 5 goods and cost price of one good is rupees 2, and for you to need profit, selling price should be greater than 2. Okay, but for first 3 goods you sold it at how much? 1.5 rupees. That is 0.5 rupees loss on per good. Okay, so like this, when you start selling, okay, 1 good, 2 good, 3 good, 4 good, 5 good, when you start selling at the point at which cost price is equal to selling price, that point is called your break even point. Here you sold it at, let's say, 1.5, here also you sold it at 1.5, but here you sold it at 2. From here you are selling at 2.5, now here also you are selling at 2.5. So this point is called break even point. If you see in a graph here, okay, in businesses there are always some fixed costs, that is your machinery cost, your raw material cost, and not every time this is included in the profit. Okay, let's say this is selling price our M and cost price is our CP. Now till the time your product is, let's say, famous, or your product is only product in the market, you might encounter losses, okay, or you sell at lower value. So this is when the concept of break even comes into the picture. So let's say you are selling at lower value, lower value, lower value, lower value, lower value, but here you sell it at a cost. Here at this point, cost price equals to selling price, and you achieve what? Break even. Here no loss, no profit situation, okay, and from there you start selling at a higher price. I hope this much is clear. The concept of break even point is clear. Now let's see few formulas. So this formula is like not many people use it, but it is good if you know it, so that's why I am telling you. Profit equals to actual sales minus break even sales. So till here, let's say your sales are 1000, but here your sales are 200. So for you to take out the profit, what you will do, 100 minus 200, that is 800, into contribution per unit, for which here we took the example of 1.5 and 2, so you can consider 2 here, okay. Similarly for loss, we will keep the break even sales earlier and actual sales prior. Let's say after coming to this point it didn't go up, okay, it came down again. Alright, so we will consider the loss. So break even sales, that is here, after which that is the actual sales which led to the loss. So contribution, again it will be 2 per unit because that's what the example we took, and that will be our answer. Now let's understand this one question, okay. A merchant can buy goods at a rate of rupees 20 per good. Clear? The particular good is a part of an overall collection and the value is linked to the number of items that are already in the market, okay. So the merchant sells first good for rupees 2, second for rupees 4, third for rupees 6, and so on. If he wants to make an overall profit of at least 40%, what is the minimum number of goods he should sell? This is, I am telling you, past CAT question, so understand this, focus on this question very clearly, okay. Now let's solve this, okay. Let's suppose first good he sold at 2, then he sold at 4, then he sold at 6, so on and so forth, till the point he sold a good at rupees 28, okay. Then he sold a good at rupees 30, then he sold a good at rupees 30, let's say till 20, let's consider. Then he sold at 22, then he sold at how much, at 24, 26, and so on and so forth, okay. So 20 is nothing but his break even point, okay. Here he had 2 rupee profit, but when he sold at 18 he had what, 2 rupee loss. When he sold at 24 he had 4 rupee profit, but here he had 4 rupee loss. Now he need to what, get a overall profit of 40%. That's what the question says, overall profit of 40%. So let's calculate. How we will calculate? Let's say total number of goods are n, okay. So 2n plus 4n plus 6n dot till n will be our selling price, minus cost price, that is total number of goods, into n divided by cost price, okay, into 40%, okay. Or let's do into 100, that gives us a 40 as a answer, okay, because we need overall profit of 40. Selling price minus cost price divided by cost price into 100 equals to 40. Now if we take 2 common here, this will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot till n minus 20n by 20n into 100 equals to 40. This 0 will get cancelled because this is full in multiplication, okay. Now for this we can substitute the formula n into n plus 1 by 2, I hope you had studied this in your previous 10th 12th standard, so it is not a big deal. Divided by 20 and into 10 equals to 4. Now this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled, this 0 and this 0 will get cancelled, so you will get here n square. Sorry, let's take directly this n and this n common, so it will be n plus 1 minus 20 equals to 4 divided by 2 equals to 4, which will give you nothing but n into here n will also be there, so this n and this n will get cancelled, this n will come here. Okay, so here n will not come. This will give you nothing but n minus 19 equals to what? 4 2s are 8, which gives you the value of n as 27, which is nothing but option C. Now let's move on to the last concept. Okay, this concept is of markup and discount. So in real life situation, you guys have seen that there are the very discounts and sales going on everywhere, sales and discounts, okay, going on everywhere. Let's say, okay, sales and discounts going on everywhere. Now let's say, okay, I bought a good at cost price 10. Okay, I want to sell it at rupees 20, let's say, for example. Now, but customer asks for a discount, so I gave him a discount of rupees 2. Okay, now I sold it at 18 rupees. Okay, now tell me which is my selling price. This is my selling price or this is my selling price? You might be confused. So that's why this is your marked price and this is your selling price. Selling price is always the price at which you sell the good. Okay, after discount, before discount, after profit, before profit, nothing. At which you sell the good, the final price which customer pays is your selling price. Okay, now let's come here. Marked price is nothing but cost price plus markup. Here how much our markup was? 10, because he increased 10. So here our markup was 10, our cost price was 10, so our marked price became how much? 20. Marked price is also equals to cost price plus markup percentage into cost price. Now a markup percentage will be nothing but, let's say, 10%, 20%, anything, just like a profit percentage. So let's say it is given our markup percentage is nothing but 10%. Okay, and our cost price is 10, so 10 plus 10% into 10. Okay, 0 0 0 0 will get cancelled. Our marked price will be how much? 11. I hope this marked price concept is clear. Now let's move on to this. If a trader provides discount after marking up, which is the situation we just saw, the price over and above the cost price. Okay, so it will be selling price. In our case it is 18. Marked price, in our case it is 20. 1 minus discount percent, that is 1 minus 20%, which we just considered. Okay, I hope this much is clear. So here we are calculating the 80% of the 1 minus 20% is nothing but what? 80%. So we are calculating 80% of the 20's value, which is nothing but 18. I hope this much is clear. Now in terms of cost price, let's understand. Selling price equals to, now for the cost price, if you see here, cost price is nothing but what? Cost plus markup percentage into cost price. If you take out the cost price, a common, so it will be what? Cost price 1 plus markup percentage. That's the same thing we have written here, and 1 minus cost percentage, which is similar thing which we took from here. I hope this much is clear. This concept is clear. This concept is again very important. So note it down, note all the formulas, and now let's dive deep into the few basic questions. Question number 1. A shopkeeper sells his product at 12% discount on his marked price. He pays a 10% tax. If he gives a discount of rupees 36, what is the percentage or what is the remainder after tax? Sorry. Okay, how much discount he gave? 12%. Right, now we want to find how much what? 12% equals to 36. So 12% of x is nothing but our marked up price, equals to 36. 12 ones are 12 threes are, our x is nothing but 33. Our marked price is 300 rupees. Sorry, I am saying I said something 33, but our mark price would be 300. Okay, I hope this much is clear. Then after discount, our price would be 300 minus 36, that is nothing but 264. From 264 also we will subtract tax 10%. Instead of subtracting 10% of tax, can I multiply by this 90 by 100? Same thing. So this and this will get cancelled. 9 4s are 36, 3 carry, 9 6 are 54, 54 plus 3 is nothing but 57, 9 2s are 18, 18 plus 5 is your 23 and point, that would be nothing but rupees 237.6. I hope this much is clear. So now a manufacturer adds 10% to the cost selling to the shopkeeper, who in turn add 15% to his cost while selling to the customer. If customer pays 5060 for the product, what is the manufacturing cost? So let's consider manufacturing cost as x into 110 by 100, because manufacturer adds 10%. Now in turn 15% is also added by the what do we say, your shopkeeper, so it will be 115 by 100. Okay, now this fully equals to 5060, which is paid by the customer. The first thing what we will do, will cancel out the 0 and 0. Okay, then 5 2s are 5 3s are 5 20s are. Okay, then you will get x into what is 11 into 23? That is nothing but 253 by 200 equals to 5060. Okay, now x equals to 5060 into 200 by 253, which will give you answer as 4000 rupees. I hope this much is clear to all of you. Yeah, that will give you answer as 4000 rupees, which is option A. I hope this much is clear to everyone. Move on to the next question. I purchased some eggs for rupees 100. 20% of the eggs break in the transit. Okay, what profit percentage should I make on the remaining to get an overall profit percentage of 10%? That means 100, which was the cost of the egg. Okay, 100 into 10% into 110, because overall we are considering, equals to, now let's say 20% of the eggs broke. Okay, let's say he had 100 eggs and out of 100, 20% of the eggs broke, which is nothing but 80. Okay, now we will consider as 80, that is the total price, because one egg was for 100%. One egg was for 1 rupee. Okay, so we will do is equals to 80 into 100 plus x%, so that this whole equation is satisfied. So 0 0 0 0 will get cancelled here, 0 and 0 will be the another thing that will get cancelled here. So 10 into 10 into 11 is nothing but 110 plus 0 divided by 8 equals to 100 plus x. Okay, I hope this much is clear. If you solve this, you will get as 137.5 equals to 100 plus x, and your final answer will be 37.5 equals to x, which is nothing but our option D. Let's move on to the next question. If cost price of 36 books is equals to the selling price of 30, let's say cost price be what? X, selling price be what? Y. 36x equals to 30y. Then the gain percentage, 36x by 30 equals to y. This will be nothing but 6 6 are 6 5s are, y is nothing but 6 by 5x equals to y. How do we calculate profit? Profit, how we calculate? Selling price minus cost price divided by cost price into 100. I hope this much is clear. Instead of y, we will put this value, that is 6 by 5x minus x by x into 100. Okay, now what will be this? 6x minus 5x by 5x into 100. I hope this much is clear. Now this would be x by 5x into 100. X and x will get cancelled. You will get the answer as 20%, which is your option A. I hope this much is clear. Now let's move on to the next question. If an article is sold at 8% profit instead of 8% loss, it would have bought rupees 12 more. Find out the cost of an article. Let's say how do we calculate profit? We calculate 108 by 100 into cost price, that is 100 plus 8, nothing but 100 plus 8. How do we calculate loss? 100 minus 8, that is nothing but 92 by 100 into x. But it is saying it would have brought 12 more, so plus 12. Now we have to find the cost price of an article, that is nothing but we need to find what? X. Now 108 by 100 into x minus 92 by 100 into x equals to 12. We will take x by 100 common. Here we will get answer as 16 equals to 12, that is 108 minus 92, we will get 16. 4 4s are 4 3s are 1s are 25s are, x equals to 75. This is nothing but cost price. Okay, now let's move on to the last question. A shopkeeper bought 80 kg of rice for rupees 400 and was obliged to sell at a loss of as much money as he received for 16 kg. Find his selling price per kg. So if 400 is his cost price for 80 kg for per kg, this would be cost price for per kg total divided by 80 kg. Now cost price for 16 kgs, how much it would be? 400 by 80 into 16. Okay, 16 ones are 16 fives are 400 by 80 rupees would be his cost for what? 16 kgs. Now his selling price is how much? 400 minus 80, that is 320. Okay, I hope this much is clear. Now to find per kg price, he sold 80 kgs for 320 rupees, so it will be 320 by 80, 0 0 1s are 4s are, the answer is rupees 4. Okay, I hope this much is clear. If you liked this video, make sure you subscribe my channel and follow in my CAT preparation journey with me. Do not forget to like, comment your doubts, and also share this with your friends who are also preparing for CAT. Thank you so much for joining in. Bye bye.